Good morning, children. So, today we are going to start our second lesson, and its name is water. Okay, children. So, you all know what is water and how much importance it carries along with it. Okay, and you know that 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered with water, and all human beings also need water very necessarily. And despite of all this importance of water on this earth, human beings and other organisms, not other organisms, only human beings are wasting that much of water which you cannot imagine also. Okay, so let us read more about this chapter. So first, water and natural resources. What is the availability of water on this earth? Okay, so out of the total water available on the earth, 97% is found in ocean. Okay, 2% on ice peaks and poles, and remaining 1% is in rivers, lakes, ponds, and beneath the earth's surface. We use this underground water by digging wells and digging bore wells, etc. And water is also present in the atmosphere in the form of water vapor, mist, and clouds. So children, if I wanted to say you is only 1% is fresh water, 2% is frozen water, that is unavailable water, solidified form, and 97% is salt water, which is not is of any use. Okay, salt water you cannot drink, salt water you cannot bath, salt water you cannot use for cooking purpose. Okay, so only 1% water is available for your use. That is why everybody is saying to save water and to use it very carefully. Okay, next topic is importance of water. So I told you very first when I started this chapter that water is very important for all living beings. It is essential components for living beings. Our body consists of 70% of water, and a healthy person needs about 2 to 3 liters of water for drinking it daily. Okay, and why they needed to 2 to 3 liters of water to drink daily? Nextly you are going to see that. And the other thing is that the water is called miracle drink. Why miracle drink, jadui pani? Because that will improve your health, control your weight, clear your complexion, and many more things. Okay, see, these are the few importance of water. Improves your mood, flush out toxins out of your body, boost your immune system, banishes headaches. Now you can say, madam, how it will remove our headaches? Sometimes it is water is also helpful for curing our headaches also. Okay, now preventing kidney stones and improve your complexions, relieve fatigue, means when you are tired of something, regulate body temperature, and most important is water is improving your digestive system also. And not only digestion, it improves the various processes of our body. Okay, by drinking plenty, if we'll drink plenty of water, it will improve our digestion, absorption, circulation, and along with that unwanted waste or also will be thrown out of the body smoothly. And temperature, as I said you, temperature will be also controlled and you will be getting proper function. Then your body will react properly. Okay, so we should drink plenty of water so that all the process of our body run smoothly. Okay, children, so water, as it is importance for animals, it is as it is importance for plants also. Okay, so let us see further all these things in detail. See children, our next topic is distilled water. As I told you in the starting of this chapter is 97% of the water available in this earth are salty, so hence it is not available for any use, and water is not fit for drinking from any other source. Okay, from any other source if you get water, that is not fit for drinking, not good for drinking. So to make it suitable for drinking purpose, some treatments are going on to make it pure. Okay, because it contains so many impurities, dissolved salt, suspended particles, microorganisms. Okay, so you all have heard about distilled water. Distillation process is that process by which impurities of water are taken out. Okay, so in the cities water purifiers are there and various treatment plants are also there. Okay, so from which suspended impurities and bacteria are removed. And so to get rid of harmful bacteria present in water, sometimes bleaching powder is also added to it. Bleaching powder is a type of powder, helps in removing bacteria and impurities. In the same way, water from the wells is made from germ free for home by adding bleaching powder or potassium permanganate. Okay, potassium permanganate is a purple color pigment. Okay, and sometimes chlorine tablet also. Okay, so 3 agents which we are using for making our water germ free, that is bleaching powder. This is bleaching powder. Potassium permanganate, it is a purple color pigment which helps to remove impurities and bacteria. And lastly, chlorine tablets. Okay, so nowadays some ultraviolet rays are also used to make water germ free. And nowadays people are having ceramic candle water purifier also. We can make germ free by that process also. Now the picture which you are seeing is the distillation unit. Okay, distilled water is the purest form of water, and this is the purest form of water, and it is required so many distilled water is made in so many laboratories. Later on, when I will finish this chapter, I will show you one video separately for distillation process. And distilled water is very important for our health, because the cause of many diseases in a country is because of the polluted water only. If you people will use safe water, distilled water, you will get rid of so many diseases. See, this is the unit of distilled water. Okay, distilled water is the purest form of water. Okay, children. The coming picture which you are seeing is the diagram of water cycle. Okay, let me explain you this. In the water from oceans, ponds, lakes and other source is continuously evaporating. You can see in this picture evaporation has written down there. So what is evaporation, children? Evaporation is rising water in the form of water vapors. When the water converted into water vapor, that process is called evaporation. Okay, so plants and animals also produce some water vapors through living process. This water vapor keeps accumulating in the atmosphere. Okay, what is accumulation? Accumulation means to gather. Okay, and this water vapor gather in the atmosphere, and as water vapors are lighter, they rises upwards and they form clouds. Okay, you can see clouds. Then in the upper layer of atmosphere, the temperature is lesser, and because of this, water vapor condenses to form small droplets of water form clouds. Okay, so what is clouds? Condensation. Condensation is again the change of water vapor to water. What is evaporation? Change of water to water vapor. And what is condensation? Change of water vapors to water. Okay, so when the small droplets of water come together, then big droplets of water are formed, and they start falling in the form of rain. And this way water reaches again to the ocean, rivers, and again it started to evaporate, and again it will form clouds, and again because of temperature it will condense, and again the rain will fall, and again the rain will go to ocean, and again like this process will go on. And this is called water cycle, because this process is always going on. Okay, so this is a water cycle. Okay, so this is today's last topic. Here I am completing my today's explanation. Next day means tomorrow you are going to get more about this chapter. Till that time, thank you.